Hey, welcome to this lesson on the Constitution. You actually get to see my face a little bit. This may be the only video that you have to endure my face for this lesson. I think the rest of them you'll be writing along with the text, so sorry if you're sad about that. If you're not sorry about that, good. You only have to endure it this video. You'll notice we have some new background stuff back here. Pretty cool. These are actually paintings that our students made in one of our live classes. We goofed off and threw paint at a canvas and thought it was pretty cool, so we put it up in our office and you can look at it for a bit. Maybe it'll give you something to distract you from my face. But we're reading the Constitution here. So we're going to start with the preamble. Now, as we take this, as you do this lesson, make sure you print out a copy of the Constitution. It's right there. You should be able to print one out. Or if you have your own, you can use that too. But take good notes on it. There'll be some writing assignments and some quizzes that you want to be prepared for. So make sure that you take some good notes. We're going to start with the preamble. Now, the Constitution came about as they were trying to figure out how to really put this country together. They had tried some other things, the Articles of Confederation that we didn't really talk about, to try to put this country together. Remember, they were really United States. These places were states. They weren't a country. They were United States. And how do you get all the states to work together? And how do you make the government strong enough but not too strong? Because remember, they were really fearful of government that's too strong. So the Constitution is their attempt to help bring the states together so that they can work together and accomplish things together, but without giving the government too much power so that it controls people's lives. That was really a lot of their goal. So let's read. We're going to read the preamble here, and then you can go through the other lessons and read the other parts of it. So, we the people of the United States, probably one of the most powerful, potent beginning phrases in politics anywhere. Why is that so important? Well, remember, this was a shift. This was the John Locke shift, that when you're starting a government, it's not some big ruler or the mightiest army general or the strongest person who does it. The real way to start a government or to start a society is it has to be the people that agree. So the Constitution sets out that says, we the people. It's using that logic, that it's the people getting together to form a society. So we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, make sure you kind of write down these things that they want to accomplish with the Constitution. One of them, to form a more perfect union. They wanted the states to combine well. They wanted them to work together well. So that was one of their goals. To form a more perfect union. To establish justice. Now, we've talked about that with John Locke, that is one of the goals of government, to establish justice, to protect you from people that would do you ill. So establish justice, number 2. Put it up in the camera. There I am, number 2. Number 3. Ensure domestic tranquility. What do those words mean? Make sure you know. Well, domestic means in your house, and tranquility means peace. So they wanted to make sure that within their country it was peaceful. So within the people of their country, they wanted to make sure that inside of their country it was peaceful, which is part of the John Locke idea, right? That's one of the reasons you start a government, is to keep things safe and protected and peaceful. So ensure domestic tranquility, number 3. Number 4, to provide for the common defense. So that's defending you against outside forces, which is also a good John Locke idea for government. Remember the little battle the cartoons had? But to protect yourself from outside forces, that's number 4. To promote the general welfare. Now this is an intriguing little clause here that both here and later gets a lot of kind of controversy in this part of the Constitution. What does general welfare mean? Well, welfare means the benefit, to help things out. In fact, when you hear about welfare programs, it usually means helping the poor, helping those that can't help themselves, giving them food, shelter, clothing, money, the things that they need for the poor. That's usually how we talk about it now. Welfare just means, to benefit. So a lot of people say, well, here it is in the Constitution that government needs to take care of the poor. It needs to take care of welfare. That's why we have welfare programs. But the other people say, but this means general welfare. General welfare is a lot different than just normal welfare. General welfare means that if government does something, it has to benefit everybody. It has to be for the general good, not specific good. So the people who argue it that way say government should not pick out particular groups and benefit them, but not everybody. So in other words, you can't say, well, we're only going to help women, or we're only going to help poor people, or we're only going to help teenagers, or we're only going to help black people, or, the government can't do that because that's not general welfare, that's specific welfare for a specific group. General welfare means that they can do things that help everybody. So they would say, well, things like building roads, that does help everybody. It doesn't discriminate for a certain group of people. So general welfare, kind of a controversial clause that some people say, this gives government the ability to help poor people and tax the rich and give it to the poor. But some people say, no, it doesn't. It has to be general welfare, not specific. So make sure that you kind of circle that general word and make sure that you know that's kind of one of those real controversial words that lots of people say different ways. So that was number what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. The last one, number 6. And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So the blessings of liberty. What might be those blessings of liberty? That might be something you could think about. Blessings of liberty, what does that mean? In fact, that may be a good question I ask you about, to write about, huh? Blessings of liberty. They wanted to make sure that those blessings of liberty were for, that they could get it for themselves and their posterity. So because of that, we the people of the United States do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. So that's the preamble. That just kind of gives the purposes of it. There's 6 of them there. Make sure you kind of understand those 6 purposes, and also think about what blessings of liberty are. What might those blessings of liberty be? There's the preamble. Take some good notes, get out your Constitution, and we're going to read through the rest. So have fun with this lesson.